morning, dear boys and girls. Today, I am going to touch upon a very important issue, or shall I call it a very important personality trait. Guess what is it? Let me give you a hint. It is the biggest stumbling block between you and your stars, between you and your uniform or your success. By the kind of questions you guys ask me, it is clearly evident that each one of you wants to improve his officer-like quality. Most of you, your affective intelligence, your confidence, your communication skills, or your other personality traits. But you guys do not know perhaps where to start from. That's what I'm going to touch upon today. Let me ask you a simple question. What is the difference between a soldier and an ordinary citizen? For that matter, a college student and a young lieutenant of the same age group. What the armed forces do in these 9 to 18 months that a civilian is transformed into a soldier. Yes, you guessed it right. It's the discipline and training. You are drilled into a routine, into a program, and you start understanding the value of time, value of each minute, and you dare not violate the laid down program. Let me tell you a real story from my own life. When I was in the academy, one day, initially there is an extra drill period for a new gentleman cadet. It was the third day or the fourth day. In the afternoon, drill period, where generally the first timers go. And can you believe I was just 30 seconds late? And the drill start asked me, why are you late? I said, I'm late by only 30 seconds. And you know what he told me? He said, rifle up and 30 rounds of that drill square. Without any argument, I started running, but still confused that 30 seconds is too much of a punishment for 30 seconds. And after 1 or 2 rounds, I looked at him, but he was not ready to relent. And after a while, once I had done about 5 rounds with the rifle, my hands had really given up. It was not remaining up in that steady fashion. So he called me and he said, were you late or not? I said, yes sir, I was late. He said, whether it is 30 seconds or 30 minutes, late is late. The charge is the same for that in the armed forces. And you should have just said, sorry sir, I am late. I would have perhaps included you and left you with lesser punishment. There is no argument if you are late. So that incident got so much engraved into my mind that, can you believe, boys and girls, for 38 years of my service, that is remaining part of the training, and 37 years of service, I was never late. Yes, boys and girls, you initially may question, but later you get into the routine. Rather, you are forced into the routine in a manner that you start understanding the value of the discipline. Like me, many of them before have realized that discipline is the very backbone or very foundation of Indian Armed Forces, and you are going to realize that the day you are going to put on the uniform. Yes, my dear candidates, in the Armed Forces, initially the discipline is enforced, but as far as you are concerned, it's self-discipline. How is your routine? Do you have a program for yourself? What time you get up? Do you do exercise every day? What is the time set out for your preparation? Do you have a distinct period for your reading? Or you just get into the social media whenever you feel like? Or rather, you take social media as an escape route. So, if you have a fixed routine, if you can sacrifice your personal comfort to ensure that you follow your routine strictly, it means you have the self-discipline. I'm going to only touch upon 4 very core issues which will ensure that you are able to develop all the leadership qualities, rather all the officer-like qualities which are so important as far as the SSB is concerned. The first thing I have already hinted you, that's your routine. You got to pay the price of your comfort to ensure that you stick to your routine. Whatever routine you have made based on your priorities, based on your goal, and once you have made that, also based on your self-introspection, based on your shortcomings which you want to improve upon. Once you have made that routine, you got to follow it to the last word. My dear candidates, your routine or your program is so important that even in the interview or SSB process, the repeaters will watch for it. The interviewing officer mostly asks this question: what's your routine on a weekend or a normal working day? And by that he also takes out a number of inputs. Let me tell you, a student who's focused, who's brilliant, who's doing well in his academics and who has a dream will have a very strict routine that you can make out. So do you start your day or your day just gets started? Do you ensure that when you get up you have a program to follow? Do you make your bed the moment you get up? Because that is the first task you are actually accomplishing, and you will develop a habit of completing the task. That builds up your confidence. You keep completing small tasks during the day. Do you have a look at your program thereafter? And do you exercise or do you go for a run? Do you take bath or keep your hygiene in order as per the timings which you have set out for? Do you read properly? And do you give time to your hobbies or areas which are your shortcomings, which you want to improve upon? So that's the routine you have to lay down for yourself. And let me tell you, for each candidate it may be different. A civil services student may have a different routine. Armed forces students may have a different routine altogether. But whatever routine based on your priorities you make, my only appeal is stick to that. My second point is, please avoid social media. The worst habit I see in today's young generation is the moment they get up, open their eyes and they pick up their phone and start looking at their messages. Facebook, Google's, Instagram, whatnot. And let me tell you, this is the biggest weakness. And 97% of the students are suffering from it. It is only 3% who can set themselves apart. They are never slave to this social media. It is a kind of aid to you, not that it becomes your master. My dear candidates, please pay this small price for your success to achieve your goal. Do not touch on the social media till about 11 o'clock. You utilize even your mobile phone for something better. That too after 11 o'clock, and no question before going to sleep. Watch some personality development videos on that. Read some ebooks if you can. You can see the news headlines or some good debates in the mobile. But avoid per se using it for just messaging, normal social media exchanges, watching various nonsense kind of messages which float around these days. And lots of time you spend on that. The worst part is there is no timing for the social media. Whenever as an escape route you want to do something important, and as an escape route you just pick up your mobile and look at that. That is the worst habit. This is my appeal to you. Please keep this social media under check, under your control. Your willpower will improve. By the way, There is an app in the mobile phone these days which can exactly tell you how much time you are spending on the social media. Please give it half an hour to 45 minutes to that and stick to that. It can be 2-3 times in a day rather than keeping it on 24 hours. Please avoid that. Spend the least amount of time for the social media. You will develop the real discipline in you, real self-control, the real willpower, which today is pathetically lacking among the youth. My third point is doing a little extra every day. What is that? Whatever you are doing, whether you are reading, whether you are running, whether you are exercising, whether you may be training yourself, please do a little extra every day. A couple of extra push-ups, a bit of more running, and similarly, studies a little more time, practicing a little extra on that. These develop into a good habit. Again, this adds on gradually to your confidence, your willpower, your self-control, and overall it becomes a foundation to develop other qualities. Lots of candidates ask me, sir, what shall we do? I just simply tell them, do you have a routine? Are you exercising? Are you doing a little extra every day? So, the answer, if it is no, then I simply tell him, please start from the basics. These are the basic teaching for development. Doing extra every day, accomplishing tasks, they may be small every day, will enhance your own self-image, your self-esteem, and which results into overall good confidence level in you. And the fourth and the last point of mine is enhance your knowledge. Boys and girls, all the opposite-like qualities are so interconnected that if you enhance your knowledge base, let me tell you, that will ensure that you become more confident. Also, your communication skills will improve. So, how can you improve your knowledge? There are no shortcuts again. You will have to pay price. You will have to read more books, particularly the personality development books. Watch documentaries. Even in the SSB, they will ask you questions about your general awareness. Yes, general awareness anybody can improve, but you got to have your certain specialization, the subject which you love, your hobbies, and basically your reading habits which will broaden your horizon and of course help you in formulation of your own mindset, your own ideas and your own opinions while you do various tests in the SSB, including your group discussion, your lecturate. Even this knowledge base is going to help you in your interview process. And that's what SSB Sure Shot has embarked upon to do. We keep these 4 points in mind. And that's how our entire training curriculum here is designed. From morning from 6 a.m. night till 10 p.m. virtually you live an army life. In our 28 acres of campus, your whole day is booked. And we enforce the discipline to such an extent that you can never miss your PT, your physical exercise. And also, you got to speak in English. And no other language is allowed to be spoken within the campus. For you, we have designed my signature online course. This online course is available to you for 5 days, 2 hours each day, and 3 times in a month. It starts on 2nd to 6th, 12th to 16th, and 22nd to 26th. And can you believe in these 5 days, 1.5 hours of class and half an hour question answer session, virtually all your doubts about the SSB will be clarified. We'll give you a solid foundation, a solid knowledge base. All those rumors which are floating in the environment will be set aside once and for all. Besides that, my interviews and psych test is going to be of great help I'm going to virtually do the X-ray of your personality so that you understand yourself better. You understand your shortcomings. You also are told how to improve those shortcomings. And good news for you that we have also started our written course from 1st of May. All those candidates who want to crack the written examination can enroll themselves. It's at a thorough price. Boys and girls, our all courses are at a very reasonable price. And the boys and girls who are from below poverty line, we give them a 40% discount. Besides, my dear young boys and girls, for you we have designed wide array of online courses, online tests. You can go to our website and download whichever test you want to do, whether it is OR test or your site test, which are designed technically, keeping in mind the requirement of the SSB. And similarly, we have the TATs, WATs, SRTs and OR test. So whichever number you want, you can download and do those tests. So avail this wonderful and great opportunity. Looking forward to meet each one of you either in my class or in my academy. All the best. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching this video. Make sure that you like this video and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell for all the future updates. If you're new to this channel, then do check out our other videos as well. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram.